17. Stri pum prasangaha etadrak. Stri pum prasanga etadrak. Sarvatra trasam avaha. Sarvatra trasam avaha. Api Ishvaranam kim uta. Apishvaranam kim uta. Gramyasya grihachetasaha. Gramyasya grihachetasaha. Stripum prasanga etadra. Sarvatra trasamavaha. Apishvaranam kimuta. Gramyasya grihachetasaha. Stripum prasanga etadra. Sarvatra trasamavaha. Apishvaranam kimuta. Gramyasya grihachetasaha. Please repeat the word meaning. Stripum prasangaha. Attraction between husband and wife, or man and woman. Etadrak, like this. Sarvatra, everywhere. Trasam avaha, the cause of fear. Api, even. Ishvaranam, of controllers. Kim uta, and what to speak of. Gramyasya, of ordinary men of this material world. Grihachetasaha, who are attached to materialistic household life. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Vayacharana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The attraction between man and woman, or male and female, always exists everywhere, making everyone always fearful. Such feelings are present even among the controllers like Brahma and Lord Shiva, and is the cause of fear for them. What to speak of others who are attached to household life in this material world? Can you repeat the translation? The attraction between man and woman, or male and female, always exists everywhere, making everyone always fearful. Such feelings are present even among the controllers like Brahma and Lord Shiva, and is the cause of fear for them. What to speak of others who are attached to household life in this material world? Purport. As explained above, when the feelings of love and transcendental bliss from the spiritual world are pervertedly reflected in this material world, they are certainly the cause of bondage. As long as men feel attracted to women in this material world and women feel attracted to men, the bondage of repeated birth and death will continue. But in the spiritual world, where, where there is no fear of birth and death, such feelings of separation are the cause of transcendental bliss. In the absolute reality, there are varieties of feeling, but all of them are of the same quality of transcendental bliss. Thus ends the Bhakti Purport translation to Canto 9, Chapter 11, Text 17 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here Shukadev Goswami is explaining about the fundamental cause of bondage in this material world, which is attraction between man and woman or male and female. Unfortunately, this attraction exists everywhere in the universe and in all species of life. In all the 84 lakh species of life, this attraction between male and female exists. It is not only in human society, even in bird society, beast society, animal society, aquatics, there is attraction between male and female. That is the cause of bondage. And Shukadeva Goswami explains a very important point. It makes everyone always fearful. Something very different we have heard first time here in this verse. Shukadeva Goswami is saying this attraction between man and woman makes everyone always fearful. Why? We'll try to understand. And another important point Shukadeva Goswami makes is this kind of fear, feelings of fear, is present even in controllers like Brahma and Shiva. That is even more pertinent. He is taking the example of Brahma and Shiva to caution all of us in this world that you can't be neglectful, you can't take it for granted, you can't take it lightly. This is a serious subject for consideration. So how do we avoid this attraction, which is the fundamental cause of bondage in this world? Then what is wrong in this attraction? Let us also understand. Then what is the right thing? Let us understand that also. So why this attraction between male and female causes fear? Because what is the reason? Because it keeps us bound in this material world. This is the mistake in this relationship. Material relationship. This is the mistake. So long we don't give up attraction to opposite sex, there is no question of liberation from this material world. No question of liberation from this body. No question of liberation from the three gunas. Elsewhere it is said that we are shackled by the attraction to opposite gender. That is how Maya keeps us in this world, entangled in this world. What actually happens by this attraction between man and woman? What actually happens? Let us understand. What happens is, because why we say it's a mistake? What is a mistake? What exactly happens between the two? It reinforces the bodily concept of life. I am the body becomes more stronger. This is the mistake. Between the relationship between man and woman, primarily if it is materialistic, the bodily concept of life, then you are increasing the bodily concept of life. Instead of decreasing the disease called the bodily concept of life, you are increasing the disease. Just like you have some disease, you are infected by some disease. You go to a doctor, a physician, so he'll give you some prescription. He'll also give you the caution. And he'll say, don't do this, don't do that, avoid this, avoid that. Natural. In a prescription, there are two things always. Do's and don'ts. The doctor says, do this, take this tonic, do this exercise, take this tablet, etc., etc. Then don'ts are there. Don't take this food. Don't do this, don't do that. So both has to be followed. Do's also, don'ts also. Right? Now if you, what the doctor said don't do, if you do that more, then what happens? You are contradicting the treatment. For the very purpose you have gone, you are contradicting, right? It only aggravates your disease. Similarly, by becoming more and more attracted between attracted to the opposite sex, what is happening is you are increasing your bodily concept. This looks little philosophical, right? People, difficult to understand. So let us put it in simple words. What is this bodily concept? What is this bodily concept? All the time we keep talking in this call. This bodily concept, bodily concept, bodily concept. What is this bodily concept? Basically, it means the tendency to enjoy our senses, enjoy my body. This is called bodily concept. I want to be the enjoyer and enjoy the maximum. This is bodily concept. The tendency to enjoy our material senses, independent of Krishna. That is a problem here. You may say, why problem? I like, no, if I put sweet, I like, I felt nice. Why you are telling it is bad, Prabhu? I felt nice. Right? Logical question. As a normal person, because let us understand in a very, very normal terms all these ideas. Because unless we are thorough and clear with these things, it's very difficult to give up all these things. We'll all the time keep philosophizing, but we'll never give it up. It only remains philosophy. I sleep, I feel nice for the body, right? Why you're saying sleep is a problem? You people always keep saying don't sleep, don't sleep, don't sleep. The problem people keep saying, I feel so nice. I eat things what all I like for my tongue As per my calculation. What I like, you may not like. That's okay. I like, no? So it's good for me. So whatever I keep liking, I want to keep doing. So what is the problem here? The problem is this. Anybody has thought about this? Whatever I like, I'm eating. So I'm feeling nice about it. So what is the problem? I like to sleep. I sleep nicely. What is the problem? This cushion is very nice. They gave me a nice cushion instead of just a flat wooden asana. Feel nice about it, sitting on it. Nice cushion. So what is the problem? I'm not having difficulty. You are saying, Prabhu, you will be in difficulty. Please don't sit on cushion, sit on the floor. No, 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 I like cushion. Please give me cushion. Possibly give me double cushion. Isn't it? You are saying don't eat boga. No, I feel very nice. If possible, give me more also. More varieties. So what is the problem? The problem is this. As part and parcel of Krishna, this is not my nature. This is not the way to enjoy. It actually doesn't give enjoyment. It only leads to misery. Why? Just to give an example, I'm saying. Because we are not able to detect it. Because we are in ignorance. I'll tell you that also. Shortly. Suppose, we are always giving this example. Suppose you have a petrol car. Okay? And then you put kerosene. What will happen? The very first start, it will stop. It goes to garage. Yes or no? Suppose you got a BMW right away from the showroom. Because they only give little few liters in petrol. You have to later on fill the tank. So very first filling in the petrol station, you fill kerosene. Gone. Goes to dogs. That car goes to dogs. That's all. And mind it, costly cars, if you have to repair, it is very, 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 very costly. And many a times there is no repair for the very high-end cars. You just got to change the part. That's all. There's no repair. At least small cars, repair is possible. Costly cars, no repair. Just change. Change means again what? Is it 1,000 rupee, 500 rupee? Lakhs it will cost. But the cost of the car only is 5 crore. Just for us to understand. Similarly, in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 7, Krishna describes the famous verse, Apareyam itastu anyam prakritim vidyame param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharite jagat. Krishna says there are two kinds of prakriti, apara prakriti and para prakriti. Inferior nature, superior nature. This matter is inferior, spirit is superior. Now for the superior spirit, which is the quality of Satchidananda, petrol for example, you are giving a kerosene kind of enjoyment. Total pollution, corruption, soul becomes degraded. Soul becomes infected, becomes diseased. Another simple common example for all of us. You eat, just like there is a nice story in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life. When he was a small boy. You might have read, in Adi Leela it is there. Childhood pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very nice story. I'll just give the summary of this story. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was called Nimai in his childhood. Later on became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this Nimai one day was found eating mud by his mother by name Shachi Mata. So moment she observed that his small child eating mud, immediately she chastised him. You foolish boy, why are you eating mud? Then Lord Chaitanya said, what is the problem? Mud is also food. Mother said, no, you have to eat rasagulla, sandesh, rabdi, like that. Then Lord Chaitanya said, Nimai said, but after all, everything is coming from mud ultimately. Origin is mud for all foods. All food, origin is mud. So I'm eating the mud. Mud transformed, you are saying eat sandesh, eat milk products. All are same. What is the difference? Then Mother Shachi got alarmed. She got scared. Where did you get this Mayavada philosophy from? This is called Mayavad. How do you know? To consider everything as one. Sandesh is also mud. Rasagulla is also mud. Mud is also mud. How it is possible? This is Mayavada. A fundamental defect is there in this understanding. So all food come from mud. Yes, but Mother Shachi argued, you are a foolish child. Somehow you became contaminated with Mayavada philosophy to think everything is one. No. Then Lord Chaitanya protested. Yes. Mother protested. No. Then he said, give me an explanation then. He demanded from the mother. Mother is more intelligent. Mother of God, no, after all. Is more intelligent. So mother said, my dear child, she called Nimai and told nicely, the difference is, if you eat mud, you will become sick. But if you eat the same mud which is transformed as sandesh or any other nutritious food, you will become healthy. That is the difference. When you eat nice vegetables, nice fruits, nice dal from the same mud transformed, or even milk, because milk is, the cow is eating grass from the mud. The grass gets transformed into milk. Ultimately it is from the mud. So when you eat paneer, when you eat sandesh, rasagulla, which is transformed from mud, it leads to good health. But if you eat mud, you will become sick. This is the difference. So like that, when the same kind of sense enjoyment, when it is sanctified and purified in Krishna consciousness, you are enlightened. You become purified in consciousness. But when you try to satisfy the senses independent of Krishna, you become entangled. The soul becomes diseased, sick, trapped in this material world. One more example. More, again, something practical. You purchase food, materials, say some sweet from a sweet shop, and then you eat. You relish, no problem. But if you steal from the sweet shop, and then you try to eat, that is illegal. You are punishable. Similarly, when the soul tries to satisfy its senses independent of Krishna, it is actually stealing that quota of enjoyment. Why? Take it legally. Take it openly. Ask and take. Anyway, you are not denied enjoyment because Krishna is Sachid Ananda Swarupi. And we being part and parcel of Krishna also have the right to equally enjoy. But in Krishna consciousness. But that enjoyment should be received from Krishna. Then it is okay. Ask Krishna and and enjoy Krishna consciousness. That is allowed. Therefore, everything in the form of prasadam, just like we offer food to Krishna and take prasadam, then there is no problem. Similarly, every kind of enjoyment, you sanctify it through Krishna consciousness. Just like this yajna. Why we perform yajna? Why we perform yajna? To purify all the material ingredients, we perform yajna. You may construct a house. Why we say perform yajna and then enter the house? You enjoy that house called matter. No problem. But you offer that to Krishna and then you take it as prasada. This is what is happening in the Griha Prasham Yajna, which most people don't know. Why we are performing Yajna? Why we are supposed to perform Yajna? We are giving it to Krishna. Krishna, this is yours. As prasada, let me take care of it. Which person has this understanding? So in the prasadam form, there is no problem. Otherwise, we run into trouble. So, the fundamental disease is it increases the bodily concept of life, increases the tendency to enjoy the senses. The very reason why we are in this world. But the senses are there, they have to be satisfied. But in Krishna consciousness, keep the senses satisfied in Krishna consciousness. By giving prasadam, by giving nice kirtana to the ears, nice beautifully decorated deities for vision. Nice fragrant flowers offered to the Lord, and you can smell that fragrant flowers and satisfy your sense of smelling. So your sense of smelling satisfied by smelling nice fresh flower garlands, fragrant flower garlands offered to the Lord. You take it as prasadam. We offer sandal scent to the Lord. You also smell that as prasadam. So everything is possible in Krishna consciousness. By first offering to the Lord, take it as prasadam. So otherwise, the hard knot in the heart, in the form of attraction between man and woman, will never slacken. Interestingly, Prabhupada says, sometimes man and woman get separated, either by Varnashrama rules or by divorce. Varnashrama rules means after 50 years you separate from your wife. That is Varnashrama rule. After 50 you separate. Pancho Shordam Vanam Vrajet, and you're supposed to go to forest. Nobody follows that in Kali Yuga, but that is the Vedic standard. Prabhupada says in Kali Yuga, not forest, go to Vrindavan. That is also impractical in Kali Yuga. At least lead a Krishna conscious life in the family. Then it is okay. Anyway, coming back to this point. So either by principles of Varnashrama Dharma or by divorce, man and woman become separated. May get separated. But in any case, Prabhupada says, man always thinks of woman, woman always thinks of man. Even after separation. That is a fact. You cannot avoid. So, sometimes it is said that attraction between opposite sex is a kind of punishment. Why? You might have heard about this. When the spirit soul is to be punished, then he is punished by being inflicted by attraction to opposite sex. That is the peculiar kind of punishment which nobody realizes. Why do you say it is punishment? Are we sadistic? Is Bhagavatam sadistic? Are the Acharyas sadistic? Everything, all statements look to be negative? No. Acharyas and Shastra is presenting the reality. They are making you see the reality, that's all. But they will also give solution. We will come to that also. How is it a punishment? Just like, let's take an example. One understanding I already gave from the Bhagavad Gita. Because we are para prakriti and jada is material prakriti, therefore there is a mismatch. It's a lower quality and we are of a superior quality. If we are made to adjust with the inferior quality, that is cheating. That is cheating. Like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he told one story. Once there was a king and he wanted to make a golden pot. So he called the goldsmith And then he gave him sufficient gold to make a gold pot. So this man went. After a few days he returned back and made that pot and brought it back to the king. The king said, "What is this?" The king said, "It appears like a stone pot, not a gold pot. I gave you gold." Then this man said, "No, my lord, this is a golden stone pot." So what he has done, he has basically made a stone pot and just polished it with gold outside. That's all. It's only a gold covering, 1 micron coating, what we say. That's all. So my lord is a golden stone pot. So he is being cheated. Right? See, I gave you gold to make a golden pot, but you made it as a stone. You made a stone pot, and just to fool me, you just covered it with a small coating of polish on the top. So this is called golden stone pot story of our life. So we want Satchidananda enjoyment of all the senses. Namadvare pure dehi. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains, when you become Krishna conscious, all the 9 gates are enlightened. In Krishna consciousness, they're in very highly enlightened state. But there is also another kind of enjoyment in Tamoguna, totally in ignorance. And the highest form of Tamoguna experience and enjoyment is sex life. Rather, the other way around, the lowest form of enjoyment, in contrast to the highest form of enjoyment in Sattva Guna or in Krishna consciousness, is this sex life. Lowest quality enjoyment. Lowest quality enjoyment. For example, we have the luxury of eating nice food, staying in nice house, having good interiors, putting nice dress, having a good job, nice family, right? We have that opportunity. Same thing is available in a prison house. Here we have a nice family outside the prison. In the prison house you can also have friends. But what is the quality of those friends than the quality of friends outside the prison? Number 1. Number 2, you can have nice food outside. You can also have food in prison. But what is the quality of that food in the prison? If you are happy, then you can be happy. We have no issue. Coming to dress, you can wear very nicely. Prison also you will be given a dress. See, everything is available. Nothing is different. You will put a white dress with a number there. 202. Kaidi number 202. Like that. Block number A. Just like you can live in brigade, block number A. You can live in central jail, block number A. You are in flat 202. Prison also you are in 202. Somebody asks you, where are you? I'm in block A 202. He is misled. He is thinking, this place in brigade, that place in prison house. He is in Maya. He has got a dress. He has got a dress. He has food. He has food. He has relation. He has relation. Then you have a work. You may be in Infosys, this, that. He also has got a work, hitting stones. So everything is available. Nothing is changed. Do we want that kind of life or you want this kind of life? We have to choose. So what the Shastras is saying is, unfortunately Maya has covered our knowledge and put us into Tamoguna, that we are thinking this is the greatest form of enjoyment. While it is the lowest form of enjoyment, because intrinsically, characteristically, see, it is not a prejudice. Characteristically, body is the lowest quality. Body is of the lowest quality. And the kind of enjoyment is of the lowest quality. It is not a prejudice. It's a reality. Now, the enjoyment is not denied. So what Krishna is saying is, you experience spiritual quality of happiness. I will give you that. Just like the example of that mud and sandesh. Why don't you eat sandesh? Why do you want to eat mud? Why do you want to eat jail food? Why don't you eat nice food outside? That is the idea. So, Somebody argues that these are basic demands, Prabhu. Yes, nobody is denied. The quality has to be changed. Quality has to be changed. That's what is the concern. We want to enjoy these senses materially. Krishna is saying, no, you are meant for enjoying spiritually, higher quality, like that. Any problem between man-woman relation? Actually, there is no problem. Only we are creating problem. Is there any problem with woman? Is there any problem with man really? Jai Krishna Balaram Gonika Prabhupada ki Jai. It's a very interesting point. Prabhupada says one place. Prabhu, do you conclude man is bad, woman is also bad? Do you conclude? What is the conclusion? What is the conclusion of Krishna consciousness? Is woman bad? Prabhupada said very nicely. Man is good, woman is good. But when they're united, they become very bad. How they are good? Because they are part and parcel of Krishna. How they can be bad? Krishna is all good. Therefore, man is also good, woman is also good. But when they unite, they become bad. What do you mean by they become bad? They go into Maya. They forget that they are part and parcel of Krishna and they degrade themselves into Tamoguna and want Tamoguna quality of life. That is the problem. Prabhu, then there should be no relation absolutely between man and woman? No. It can be there. It has to be spiritual. It should not be based on sense gratification. See, the problem what Bhagavatam is saying here is the relationship between man and woman should be based on sense gratification in this world. That is the problem here. If that is not the intention, there is no problem. You see, one place Prabhupada says here, very important point. When there is no marital relationship or marriage relationship between the girl and the boy, and one converses with a woman with evil intention, that is Stri Sangha, that is sinful. If she is not your wife, he is not your husband, both way by the by. Not only woman is Maya, woman is Maya for man, man is Maya for woman. It is actually both way, because many times there is a misunderstanding. People misunderstand, Prabhu, all the time woman is being highlighted wrongly. No. People have not understood Shastra properly. It is both way. Man is Maya for woman, woman is Maya for man, man is Maya for woman. Because the fundamental mistake is both want sense gratification, enjoy their senses, independent of Krishna. That is the problem. Just like you want to enjoy the sweet, but you want to steal and enjoy. Why do you want to steal? Ask your father. He will purchase and give you. I don't have money. No problem. Ask your father. He'll pay and get for you. 1 kg sweet he'll give you. Eat. So ask Krishna. Take nice prasadam. Take nice spiritual prasadam enjoyment. No problem. Nice sankirtan, nice dancing, nice prasadam. Everything is possible in Krishna consciousness. So, relating with a woman with ill intention of sense gratification is Stri Sangha. Similarly, there is also what is called as Purusha Sangha. That is also to be about, just like we say 4 regulative principles, Anaitika Stri Sangha, right? It also means Anaitika Purusha Sangha. Both way. Relating with a man with a wrong intention is also sinful. Relating with a woman with bad intention is also sinful. See, woman want to talk with man. That's also fair. Man wants to talk with woman. Talking is no problem. But the intention is important there. If it is in the service of Krishna, no problem. So what is the formula? Can we avoid? So that's what Prabhupada says. Actually, that's why some of the spiritualists, they go off to Himalaya. But actually you go to Himalaya also, man always thinks of woman, woman always thinks of man, is natural, you cannot avoid. So Narada Muni says in the 7th canto, as much necessary, you should associate that much. Purely for the purpose of that work. That's all. Nothing more. Another thing. How do we avoid? How do you avoid this? How do we keep under control? You should read Bhagavad Gita chapter number 3, text 37 to 43. I don't have time today. Very detailed way Krishna explains how to be cautious. So that Prabhupada says a very important point. When a living entity comes in contact with material creation, his eternal love for Krishna is transformed into lust in the association of mode of passion. So actually, lust is nothing but a perverted reflection of love, which is of the highest, superior, most quality. We all have love for Krishna, love for other jivas. Love is natural and you cannot avoid it. But when that love is contaminated with mode of passion, it turns into lust. So when the lust has to be purified, when you purify the lust, again it turns back into love. That conversion or purification process is called Krishna consciousness. So when the mode of passion is again transformed into mode of goodness and not allowing to degrade to further levels of tamoguna, rather elevate from the mode of passion to sattva guna or shuddha sattva, then your lust will transform itself into love for Krishna and then love for all the jivas. So love is not denied. Relationship is not denied. In the spiritual world, there are true eternal relationships. There is eternal man, eternal woman in the spiritual world. There is absolute man, absolute woman in the spiritual world. Yes. And there is a relationship. But the center of attraction is Krishna. In this world, the center of attraction is sense enjoyment. So that is the problem. When the center of attraction is Krishna, then you can relate with anybody. No problem. In the spiritual world, there is absolutely no problem. Material world, even if the center is Krishna, even in Krishna's service, you have to be cautious. Otherwise, you will slip down. There is always a risk of fall down. You have to be careful. In the spiritual world, there is husband and wife. In the Vaikuntha, there are many husband and wife families, but their center of attraction is Krishna. The 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, it is described, there are very beautiful women in Vaikuntha, extremely beautiful, but the man is not at all attracted by that beauty. He is attracted by Krishna and charmed by Vishnu and Narayana Seva. This is Krishna consciousness. So long you don't come to this platform, you have to be on guard. Both have to be on guard, man and woman. Why? For our benefit. Do you want jail food, jail dress, jail family, jail house? Or we want high quality food, clothing, this, that. So that is the choice. So therefore, we have to be careful in our association, only as much required. Because you cannot make it zero, especially in the preaching movement. But you have to be on guard. Number 1. Number 2, we should not accept any service. Prabhupada says. Bhagavatam also says. Narada Muni says. You should not accept any service from the opposite gender. The trap begins from that point. Both ways. You should not accept any service from the opposite sex. Unless he is your family member. This is number 2. Then, that's why Prabhupada says in the Vedic culture, even between husband and wife, there is separation. Even after marriage, there is separation. There is what is called as internal quarters and external quarters in a residential home, house. But today it is not there. Earlier it was there. Every house was designed in this way. The woman will be in what is called as internal quarters called antapura. It is called antapura in Sanskrit. And the man will be in the external quarters. So during the day, the woman does not even see the man, even if it is her own husband. Interesting. This is what Prabhupada says. Only when needed. Why? Because the basic disease is sense enjoyment. If we want high quality of Satchidananda, quality of enjoyment, then we have to give up something low for something high. Higher taste, as Krishna says, Param Dishna Nivartate. If you want higher taste, you have to give up lower taste. So you have to substitute this rasa with bhakti rasa. So you have to taste bhakti rasa. Then you can easily give up this other kind of inferior rasas. That's why you require proper good opportunity for bhakti rasa. You have to substitute it. That thing cannot be empty in the soul. You have to substitute it nicely. That's why give nice prasadam, enjoy nice sankirtana, or you should relish Bhagavatam, or reading Prabhupada's books, hearing Prabhupada lectures, or living the association of devotees. Somewhere you should substitute it with some rasa, bhakti rasa, or deity worship. If you can't substitute, you have to go for that, because you require something. Just even hungry, you have to fill up something with your stomach, right? Something you have to fill up. Because you don't fill up with bhakti rasa, you have to fill up with something else. So when the jiva is satisfied with bhakti rasa, he is not at all attracted by this inferior kind of rasas. And finally, one more powerful solution Prabhupada says, and I will close here. Prabhupada says, you should pray to Madana Mohan. Because Krishna is Madana Mohana. Madana is Cupid, lust. Krishna is Mohana. He puts him down. So Madana Mohana. Krishna can charm even Cupid. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Visheshwam. We play that song in the morning every day. Krishna can charm millions of Cupids. Therefore you should pray to Madan Mohan, who is Krishna. My Lord, Madan Mohana, my Lord Krishna, please let me be charmed by your beauty and not by this material beauty. One more thing Prabhupada said, you can also pray to Haridas Thakur, who was expert in controlling lust. Pray to Haridas Thakur. My dear Haridas Thakur, please give me Harinama, Japa Rasa, Sankirtana Rasa, Bhakti Rasa, and bless me in that way. So pray to Haridas Thakur to gain sufficient strength. It's like that. Otherwise, per se, truly speaking, woman is not a problem. Marriage is also not a problem. All the perceptions is the problem. The enjoying tendency is the problem. Otherwise, there is no problem. It is natural to relate with each other. It's natural. Man-woman relationship is natural. But we are polluting that. Therefore, out of caution, we have to be separate. That's why. Otherwise, there is no reason for being separate. The spiritual world, all are together. So we have to purify our vision, our consciousness. Then there is no danger. If we don't purify, everything is a problem. So I'll stop here. Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.